What's up, Taurus? This is going to be your reading for January 2021. Let's get into your reading. Okay, sounds good. Let's roll with it. Okay, so, whoa, Nelly. What's going on here? Okay, well, you're showing up at the end of your reading with the Empress as the result. That's very cool. Bottom of the deck, Strength. So really feeling stable, feeling secure within yourself, feeling like you have a good handle on like the more feral parts of your personality maybe. It's following the end of something that was very dark, something that was causing a lot of pain for you, and was really weighing you down. So let's take a look and see what's going on. In your current energies, we have this Eight of Cups in the reverse. So might be feeling like it's time to move on from something, but more like there's something that you're still hoping to learn or hoping to glean from staying. And so the main challenge becomes letting things in is kind of what I'm feeling like with this. In your recent past, I have the Emperor, so you might be dealing with an Aries or another like strong fire sign. We also have the Queen of Wands showing up for you, so it could be a Leo. But this is somebody who is like taking control. I see this as you really like doing what needed to be done, really wanting to like commit to something full force and like really create rules and structures that were working for you. And in the immediate future, I see the Knight of Pentacles showing up here. So like you're putting a lot of work into something. The hidden energies for you is like, this is very interesting. It's kind of like there's some sort of a weight has been lifted off your chest. There's like a sigh of relief or like a heaviness, a burden is just like, oh God, finally that's gone. And your conscious goal, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So you're like, it's kind of interesting, is feeling like you're hoping that you don't self-sabotage or like get in the way of your own success. You're really kind of hoping that you can just like let things flow to you. What is serving you really well right now? The Star. This is great. Higher powers in the driver's seat. Okay. This is also Uranian energy. So this could be like Uranus has been transiting Taurus for like a minute now. So this could just be like there's some like electric shocks that are being like constantly downloading for you. And you're like, okay, I'm feeling inspired to do this, that, and the other thing. And so I can see that, you know, this tension in your current situation where it's like, okay, well, what parts of this are worth carrying forward into the future with me and what needs to just like die? I can see why you want to be staying and making very sure that whatever you initiate or, you know, decide to put all of your effort into next is worth it. Your hopes and fears. This is funny. This is like really hoping to find the best way of doing something is really the core energy for this card for me. But you know, Taurus, I think you probably are one of the spicier zodiacs. Truth be told, I feel like this is kind of that energy of like, fight me, make my day. So I don't know, we'll go back and clarify that. People are seeing you with the Knight of Swords, really inspired, very forward-directed 333. Someone who has a lot of mental clarity and is really excited to take action towards something. Outcome of the situation, the Empress. So like, might having to be relinquished some sense of control in order to gain something else is really what I'm getting from this card. So let's go in and clarify. Let's start with this Eight of Cups, your current energy. Okay, I have the Three of Wands reversed, I have the Five of Wands reversed, and I have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Huh. Hang on. It's weird because it's showing up, like the Five of Wands is showing up in your hopes and fears, but it's also showing up in your current energy as like something that has stopped happening. Like the fight, the spice has stopped happening. And there's a lot of waiting. And there's some sort of thing from like the past or something that the things that are informing this waiting period are lessons that you have learned previously. Unfortunately, it's like the lesson has been learned, but now it's like there's like this almost like self-flagellation thing where it's like I'm going to keep on telling myself about how I messed that up. And it's just kind of not letting you move forward is how it feels. Okay, so let's go to this Nine of Wands in your challenge. This feels like it. Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. What is going on for you? This is feeling like a lot of pain. You know, this is feeling like really feeling constricted by something, very committed to something and very like cocooned within the pain of something, almost to the extent where it's like become a new identity, or it's become like a new worldview. It's like pain is all I know is kind of what it feels like, in a really like painful, unfortunate, not very healthy kind of way is how it's showing up. I'm wondering, you know, since this is kind of an energy of like being on guard, I'm wondering if it isn't, you know, because pain is such a great teacher. And if you've been on my channel for a minute, you know that I talk a lot about the energetic of like grief in traditional Chinese medicine, because it's like, it is how we form meaning from our lives. Like metal is the thing where it's like, it's the value, you know, precious metals. It's like, it's difficult to get, but when you have it, it's worth a lot. And the difficulty of getting it is that painful process. So I'm wondering if you aren't just like in this period right now of like trying to figure out what is most important to you, like what, you know, this wand is. I'm kind of wondering if you aren't in that process of like feeling your feelings and feeling a lot of hurt, just so that you can figure out what is the most valuable thing for you moving forward. So interesting. Let's go to the hidden energies for you. Okay, I have Judgment reverse, I have the World, I have the Five of Swords reverse. Gosh. Okay. Because I've got 2, 3 big endings. I've got 3 cards that are like, this is where the buck stops. The buck stops here. This is the end of the end. But then I've got somebody who's very much trying to win at all costs. I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is somebody else. But I feel like this is just kind of like a situation. It's kind of a feeling of like, you know, this, you know, if what I've been saying is real for you about really like trying to figure out what is truest for you through pain, basically, because that's grief. I'm wondering if, you know, this showing up in the reverse isn't like that grieving period is really like, it needs to end and it is over. And the challenge for you is really kind of letting yourself do that. Because it's kind of showing up as like somebody who is like really committed to their idea of how things are, maybe. But there's also like a mistrust of judgment, or like a quick judgment call that was made. And a cycle that really is like coming full circle. So like, it's a very interesting sort of like, how do you let yourself off the hook for that? That's my question. I want to know what's going on with this Knight of Pentacles. Actually, I want to go to the Star first. The Star seems like it's going to tell me what I want to know. And Strength reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, and I have the King of Cups. Lots of major arcana energies for you here, Taurus. Sorry, I have bad hips. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you're really waiting for the wheel to turn, you know? There's a change of luck here with this card. It's like I feel like when you start to trust a little bit more, there is a sense that things start to turn in your favor again. And this can just be as simple as like allowing things to flow and not trying to like control things as much. But again, really feeling like there's a time for everything. And I'm really kind of like, this feels like is what is done, you know? Letting yourself, sorry, the words just lost, and came back. Because when I see this card, one of the things I often talk about too is frostbite. If you live in Canada, you've probably like been out in -40 weather before, which is not great. But when a supremely cold, and again, grief is cold. When there's a lot of cold that enters your body, the first sensation when you get into warmth again is often one of pain. So I'm seeing you just kind of like really taking control of your emotions. And the Empress is the one who comforts the lion. This is you just trying to like, okay, I'm going to keep my emotions under lock and key. I'm going to really be strong for myself so that I can follow where my higher self is leading me, is what this is feeling like. Really hope that this reading is feeling cohesive for you, Taurus. There's a lot of moving pieces for you here. Let's go to this Emperor in your recent past. Okay, I've got the Six of Wands in the reverse. I've got the Knight of Pentacles, and I have Justice reverse. So there's some sort of imbalance, and I feel like there was a loss. It could have been like a work thing. I just saw 1111 for you. It could have been a work thing. It could have just been some sort of like, just something that was supposed to like, that you maybe like give a lot of your energy to, it just like wasn't successful. And it kind of alerted you to like, oh, there's like an imbalance here, and like that can't keep happening. So let's not let that keep happen. Let's go to, I just had the Chariot jump out for you again in the reverse. Let's go to this Knight of Swords. Oh, the Tower, the Fool reversed, and the High Priestess. Okay. So the reason you're not feeling like you can begin anything just yet is because you're like in the middle of the eye of the storm. 12-12. There's like a deep knowing of like, it's not time for things to shift in this direction yet. It's not wise for me to leap before I look. It's not ordained yet. This is what it feels like. There's like, you're just kind of like really trying to keep your even keel in the midst of all these changes. Yeah, that's really, you know what? That's all any of us can do. So good for you. Let's go to this Empress as the outcome. Okay, 10 of Cups. We love that for you. 6 of Pentacles. Also love that for you. And the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, also kind of love that for you too. So all of this like imbalanced shit gets resolved when there's like a tempering of tempers. There's a lot of joy and happiness that comes out of this cycle for you. This is kind of feeling like one of those times where it's like, you know, if I'm going to hell, I'm going to go out with a bottle of wine and I'm going to have a great time doing it. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like there's a big surrender to the process, and the result is a lot of happiness for you. So it's very interesting for you there, Taurus. Gonna go ahead and get an oracle card for you to wrap your reading up. And that will be all. That's it. Okay. Alright. Holy smokes. Bear with me. If I can ever learn how to shuffle, that would be amazing. Okay. What advice can we give Taurus for January of 2021? Rainmaker. Nice. Let's make it rain, motherfucker. Okay. The Rainmaker. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation who can call upon the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heavens and all that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts to spring to life again. The Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Yes, be sure you work with what is and not what might be or could have been. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth, ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. Okay, cool. You're doing some cool stuff this month, Taurus. I really hope that this reading helps. I hope you have a great month, and I will see you next time.